Okay, I'm starting a new recipe today, one that I found online that I've modified, and I'm going to be creative with it. I rehydrated these dried shiitake mushrooms, so I will go ahead and take them. Yeah, I'll be chopping them up later. And right now I'm going to go get chicken that I made 2 days ago, take it off the bone and chop it up in bits, get it ready for a stir fry. I'm assembling the ingredients. There's my red pepper. I need a half tablespoon of garlic infused, olive oil, going this way, probably about that amount right there. See if I can get that out of there. Yep. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. Okay, and I'll put that in yeah, I'll put that right in there, and then I'll put the rest of these back in the freezer. I actually made some lemon garlic chicken just for this recipe. So I wanted to substitute dark chicken meat in place of, even though the recipe calls for chicken breast, I'm trying to up my iron, so I wanted to go with dark. I'm going to remove the garlic because I'm not sure about garlic, but it's an easy matter to just remove the garlic. See, what are you going to do with this lemon sauce? I might keep the sauce and pour it over, I don't know. I'm undecided. It's a delicious sauce. Let me go ahead and get, you know what? This sauce might be good for this stir fry. Nah, I think I'm going to save the sauce maybe with rice or something. Yeah, it's a delicious sauce. Okay, yeah. Take that garlic off. I want to chop the meat up into stir fry sizes here. This is chicken I made 2 days ago. I baked it in the oven. I need cooked meat for the stir fry. Yeah. I'm undecided. That's a delicious sauce. I'm undecided what to do about that sauce. Make sure I'm in the camera. Yep. Yeah, let's go ahead and cut this up into stir fry sizes. I can take it off, actually. Then I'll get the rest of it. I'm trying to go for iron-rich meats and like the dark. I actually like the taste of dark meat chicken better anyway. So this stir fry is going to have dark meat chicken in place of chicken breast, and I bet it will still be delicious. I just thought I'm thawing out my homemade chicken stock in the microwave because it's kind of frozen, and so I'm getting that ready. Let's see here. Yeah. So I got to do some cooking today. I was working on my website yesterday, and yeah. And I didn't have time to do anything fancy. Okay, this looks like it's pretty good here. Okay. Okay, we'll get that bone out. And we're going to go ahead and take the meat off of this here. This is the chicken thigh. This is from a whole chicken. What I'm going to do, like I said, I try to save money on groceries. I've been buying whole chickens because I wanted to get the breast. But since I have plenty of breast in the freezer right now, so next time I buy chicken at the grocery store, I'm going to buy just the dark meat, the legs and the thighs, and that can be pretty cheap too. So at Walmart, so that'll be my, because I want to have the dark meat because it has more iron. I think I've been a little bit anemic, so yeah, let's go ahead. Pick all the meat off the bone here. I don't want to stir fry the bone, you know. So, I mean, I could, but it wouldn't work. I got to cut the meat up small here. So taking all the dark meat here. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Here's another thigh. Yeah, I'll get plenty of meat. I haven't been eating enough meat, and it's given me some health problems, anemia, to be honest with you. And so I'm determined that I'm going to increase my meat intake every day. And yeah. My husband, Brent, is a medical doctor, and I hear brain to brain that he was able to use a technology they have on this third Church of Gail, where when I put my arm on that little table, he was able to get a sample of my blood and get a complete blood count and determine that I am anemic. And he's been doing, like, using satellite technology to give me blood transfusions and stuff. He said, but even better, Gail, just start eating more meat. He said, your semi-vegetarian diet has not been agreeing with you. It's like, he said, you have been anemic. And Jesus himself said that vegetarian diet is not healthy. That's from the divinity himself, folks. The best doctor in the universe. So if he says it, it's true. Okay, let's go ahead. I think I got all the meat off of here. You might say, let me tell you, if I have been anemic, it does give you insomnia and it's no fun, okay? And your heart starts doing plip-plops because it's not getting the nutrients it needs, you know, it's not good for your organs. Okay, let me go ahead and start chopping the meat up and work on assembling the rest of the ingredients for this. Here's the recipe. I kind of got it offline and I'm going to be creative with it. And then I modified it to make it somewhat low FODMAP and high iron. So right now what I need to do is I do not have fresh broccoli and I ran out of fresh carrots. So I'm going to be creative and do something with frozen. I need 2 cups of matchstick carrots and 3/4 cup of broccoli florets. Frozen to the rescue. Oh yeah, let's get the something to put that in. Yeah, frozen to the rescue here. Yeah. You say, oh, that ain't gonna work. It won't taste as good. Yeah, it may not taste as good, but I'm getting towards the end of my groceries. I'm gonna have to be creative. And, you know, I specialize in saving money, so here's what I gotta do. You know what? I think these are broccoli florets. I need about 3/4 of a cup. Yeah, 3/4 of a cup. Yeah. Yeah, these are broccoli florets. I need to get these out now because it's frozen. I almost forgot about this. You might say, my, that ain't gonna work. Frozen, yeah, I'll admit, fresh would taste better, but you gotta do what you gotta do, you know. 3/4 of a cup. I might have to thaw these out in the microwave. Yeah, that's about 3/4 of a cup. That's good. All right. I'll put these back in the... Now I need to get 2 cups. I do not, do I have, I've got canned carrots. No. You will not use canned carrots for a stir fry. I can see using them. Nah, I actually do have some canned carrots, but no. I think frozen carrots would work better. You say, well, how do you have frozen carrots? Nope. But I do have a California style vegetable mix that has carrots in it. And I'm thinking, let me see how many carrots they gave me. Carrots are a cheap vegetable, so my guess is to save money, they might have loaded it up with carrots. I noticed Walmart does that. So let's see if I'm right. I'll pull all the carrots out of here. This side up. And see. Let's see. Let's pour it in here. Oh man, no carrots! Oh wait, there's some carrots. You say you ruined it. You pulled them all out. Yeah. Here's some carrots. You said those aren't matchstick. I'll make a matchstick. I think I'm going to have to thaw these out. Carrots. You said you're not going to get 2 cups of carrots out of that. Well, let me see what I can get. Okay, you see what I'm doing here. See? I will let you. I have several bags of this, though. Okay, here's how many carrots I got out of that one bag. That looks like what I get. Looks like 1 cup per bag. Here's a cup. I'm gonna obviously have to thaw this in the microwave. Yeah, that's approximately a cup. So there's approximately a cup, a little bit less than a cup. Looks like let's do the same thing with the other bag. These are the carrots. What I did is I tied the bag back up, and now it's full of broccoli and cauliflower. So yeah, I'll put that in there for right now. And let's open up the other bag and get some more carrots. Would you believe those two bags they had too much broccoli and not enough carrots. So here's my third bag. Next time I go grocery shopping, I'm buying less frozen vegetables or I might just buy it like a bag of carrots instead, and like a bag of broccoli. I'll do it that way. Yeah, instead of buying, except I like some of the mixes. So let's pour this out and I need a little bit more carrots. Yeah. More carrots. They're a little short of 2 cups. So here, let's pour some more in here. I'm obviously going to have to defrost this so I can chop them up into matchstick style for stir fry. Because these little round shapes are not going to work for stir fry. You see, I totally ran out of fresh carrots. I used them all up for my German potato salad. Maybe throw in another broccoli. There, that'll be good. Yeah. No, that one will work. Okay, so the broccolis, all these need to be defrosted. So I'll defrost these two together, and I'll put these back in the freezer. Okay, I didn't thaw them out right away because with frozen stuff, you do a better job chopping when they're partially frozen. I've learned that from experience. Yeah, this will work. By the time it's time for me to cook, they'll be thawed out even more. The broccoli's fine the way they are. And I'm going to take make these into matchstick carrots, approximately 2 cups. Like I said, I ran out of fresh carrots. Obviously, fresh carrots would have been better, but I ran out, so I'm being creative. So what I'm going to do is kind of like chop them like this. So that's a lot of work, yeah, I know. But you know, I probably would have been done about this much work with real carrots too. So let's just go ahead. Let's see it. This will work. Yeah, that'll work. That's about matchstick size. So I'll be doing that for all the carrots, and then I'm going to throw them in here. And I'm getting everything assembled. As you can see, I have other ingredients here: the sesame oil, the mirin, garlic infused olive oil, chicken stock, my own homemade stock. And I'm going to work on chopping up the carrots, and then I'll go on to the next step. Not bad, eh? That'll work. That looks like about 2 cups. Now, let me go get a cabbage. The main reason I made this recipe is I got a fresh cabbage I need to use up. In the meanwhile, I got to cook 3 ounces of rice sticks. And this is approximately a pound. I remember 3 ounces would probably be about 1/4 of this. So I'm going to go ahead and cook that according to the package directions. Get that ready too. Okay, I pulled off the outer leaves of this cabbage. I find the best way to store this cabbage is to leave this intact, dry it, and then wrap it in plastic wrap. This might be, I probably should use this within a week or so, and I can probably make it for another recipe. It might go 2 weeks, but I pull off the outer leaves for this recipe. So here's what I've got, and so I'm gonna chop those like into long narrow threads, and I'll do that next. There's about 3 ounces of pasta boiling in there, and I'll have to keep an eye on that because you definitely do not want to overcook the pasta. I mean, that's true of even Asian pasta. You do not want to overcook the pasta, and you can always rinse it with cold water to maintain the firmness once you pull it out and you drain it in the colander. There it is. I usually undercook the pasta because it's going to cook some more once you throw it in the stir fry. And what I did is I drained it in the colander and then immediately rinsed it with some cold water, and I'll just leave it while we wait for me to assemble the rest of the ingredients. Okay, this is about 1/4 of a head of a big cabbage, maybe a little bit more, but If you want to keep your cabbage for later, you pull off individual leaves. You do not cut into the cabbage because then it'll start molding. I've learned that from experience. You pull off individual leaves and you leave the cabbage whole and then wrap it in plastic wrap and it'll last quite a long time that way. Like I showed you earlier. Let's go ahead. This is supposed to be cut into shreds. Let me see. Cabbage. Cut into long shreds. Yeah, that sounds right for a stir fry. So let's see here. What I usually do is cut off this part here. That part there. Throw that in the garbage. Make sure I'm in the camera. Yep. Okay. And then I get, here's another one. I usually wash the outer leaves when I pull them off the cabbage. But once you get to the inner leaves of the cabbage, they're already pretty clean because they're deep inside the cabbage, so I usually don't wash those. But you can if you want, you know. So let me just go ahead and show you how I've had lots of experience cutting cabbages. Yeah, I usually cut this hard part out. And then what I do is I kind of like assemble them like this. Let's go like this. Okay, long shreds. So let's kind of like go like this. I had to use the cabbage up, that's why I'm making this recipe. But I'm also trying to cook somewhat low FODMAP. You say, you didn't get rid of that cauliflower. Well, I'm not sure that I totally have a low FODMAP problem. I think it may be partly brain control. And Jesus told me that elimination diets don't work for me. Okay, there we go, like that, there we go. That's good. That's ready for a stir fry. So I'll just throw all that in here. So I'm going to do the rest of the cabbage like that. Okay, the red pepper needs to be sliced very thin. I'm not used to cooking with red pepper. I always considered this too expensive of a vegetable for me, but it's actually, if you just buy one, it's not that bad. And since I quit buying the bottled water, you know, actually I can afford more than I think I can afford. So yeah, so let's just go ahead and kind of cut through that. Take the seeds out, and we're going to slice it very thin for stir fry. I'm over here by the garbage can taking the seeds out. Yeah. Let me go ahead and rinse these out, and then I'll be back. So, let's go ahead and slice them very thin for stir fry. Let's see, go like this. Okay, so let me just, yeah, that's about right. We'll go ahead and stir them like, cut them like this, and then what I think I'm going to do, I think I'll go like that, yeah. That's good. Some of them I'm going to cut in half, like this one here. And I'm just going to go ahead and get these ready for the stir fry. And just do it like that with the rest of the red peppers. Okay, these are rehydrated shiitake mushrooms. You know, I just noticed something. Look at this beautiful stalk. Japanese always use the stalk from the shiitake mushrooms. I think I'm going to modify this recipe. And in place of the 1/4 cup soy sauce, I'm going to make it 1/8. I'm going to blend this sauce with the this stock, the shiitake stock, with the maybe with the chicken stock, and create my own blend. And if it comes out really good, I'll modify the recipe and let you know exactly how I did it. I am not going to waste this beautiful water that I soaked the mushrooms in. The shiitake mushroom stock is so delicious. But let me just go ahead and slice the mushrooms for this dish. They need to be stored separately because they're going to be put in towards the end. Yeah, that's the way the recipe is. Okay, let's just go ahead and for stir fries, you usually want your mushrooms kind of like this. I use shiitake mushrooms for a lot of stir fries. And I always use the rehydrated mushrooms. It saves money. You get them at the Asian grocery store, the dry ones. Of course, you throw the stem out. So yeah, you get the dry ones and then you rehydrate them, and they work beautiful in recipes, and you save money. And if you have a problem with low FODMAP, the rehydrated shiitake are fine. You know, they actually recommend you get the rehydrated. You get the dry shiitake and rehydrate them as opposed to using fresh shiitake if you have a problem with a high FODMAP food. So I'm not sure I've got that problem, but I have noticed that I am feeling better when I'm paying a bit of attention to the low FODMAP diet. So, and some of the foods are quite delicious, you know. Let's just go ahead and just cut around that stem there. Yeah, that's good. This is going to be, I have a feeling this is going to be a delicious dish. But I definitely do not want to waste that beautiful shiitake stock. I never do. I always throw it in. Always. I'm going to find a way to use it. Even if I just got to throw in an extra, I'll find a way to use it because that beautiful shiitake mushroom flavor is just so delicious. And I don't like my recipes too salty either. When they're too salty, if I can't taste the food, I don't like it. So I threw away the stems. So there's what I'm going to use at the end. Let's prepare the rest of the ingredients. There's the red pepper, and these are going to be thrown in together, the broccoli and the red pepper, so that they're all ready. I'm putting them in different containers because you throw these vegetables in at different stages of the cooking process, so I'm putting the vegetables together that get thrown in at the same time. Okay, when I went shopping, they did not have low sodium soy sauce, so I got regular soy sauce, and I'm going to modify this recipe. The recipe doesn't call for low sodium, by the way, but I don't like too much salt. So I know how I can use that mushroom water. Okay, so what I need to do is make the sauce, combine all of the sauce ingredients in a bowl and whisk to combine. Okay, 1/8 teaspoon ginger powder, or let me make sure I'm in the camera. Yep. Okay, 1/8 teaspoon ginger powder. This is what they had at Walmart. Or just a tad. Yeah. That'll work. Okay. 1 tablespoon cornstarch. Yeah, obviously let's do the dry ingredients first. Yeah, that'll work. Now it calls for 1/4 cup of soy sauce. I'm going to use 1/8 because I'm going to use some of that lovely mushroom water. I might even use less than that. I don't like too much salt. That's good. I even use less than 1/8. Now let me get some of that lovely mushroom water and put it in here. Yeah, I love the shiitake mushroom. Like in Japan, they always use this as a stock. There we go. I might pour, and the rest of this I might still use during cooking. I do not waste that. Okay, so I kind of modified the sauce. Okay. Throw that in there. I bet it's going to be good. A tad of sesame seed oil. Let's shake it. a little bit. I'm a lefty here. That's good. A tad of garlic infused olive oil. This is the one I made myself. That's good. I'm gonna save the rest for the that's good. Okay, and a half tablespoon of mirin. There's the mirin. I'll just go ahead and use this, kind of guesstimate here. That's good. Half tablespoon of mirin. Then it says 1/4 cup of chicken stock. That's my homemade stock, which I made without onions and garlic. Now this is 1/2 cup, so I kind of like throw it. That's good. That's good enough. Now we whisk it all together, and then I set this aside, and I imagine I throw it in towards the end of the stir fry. So let's just go ahead and yeah. That smells good. Yeah, I have learned for any recipe where you have shiitake mushrooms, always use the mushroom water. Find a way to use it, man. Find a way to use it. If this isn't salty enough, we can always add salt afterwards. Always find a way to use that mushroom water. It gives such a beautiful flavor to your Asian dishes. Okay, we're going to go ahead and set this aside. Now the next thing I have to do is in a large skillet or wok, heat 1/2 tablespoon of garlic infused olive oil and 1/2 to 1 tablespoon sesame oil over medium-high heat. So we're going to go ahead and move the camera. Ooh, kind of like stuck down there. Okay, we're going to move the camera and get ready for the next step. You might say, how could you be iron deficient? You always cook with a cast iron skillet. Yeah, but I didn't use it all the time, only when I made stir-fry dishes, which was like once every 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm glad that I am using my cast iron skillet. That'll give me some more iron. Okay, let's go ahead and throw in the, let's see, 1/2 tablespoon garlic infused olive oil and 1/2 to 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. 1/2 tablespoon. You know, you can guesstimate on this. You don't have to follow the recipe slavishly. Actually, I think I'm just gonna just throw it all in there. Yeah. Because I don't want to, because I basically, yeah, actually it's on. And maybe I'll cut back a little bit on the sesame oil, since that looks like about a tablespoon. For the sesame oil, I'll put in maybe half. Just, I didn't want, you know. That's good. Yeah. A little bit more. There we go. It's going to have a nice flavor. Gotta get my spatula. Get ready to, of course, the recipe calls for chicken. I think that heat's too high. Recipe calls for chicken breast, but it's going to be good. I can tell. This is going to be good. Alright, it smells good anyway. Season the chicken with salt and pepper and sear on both sides in the oil until golden brown and cook through. Okay. Let's go ahead and salt and pepper. I'm going to have to refill this sea salt container. I don't want to go overboard on this because there's plenty of salt in that sauce. So that's good. Yeah. I've learned most recipes that if I follow it too slavishly, sometimes I get way too much salt. Okay, how about cook through on both sides. Of course, I am not using chicken breast. I'm using the legs and the thighs because I wanted to give myself some iron. So it's going to alter the flavor a little bit, but I bet it'll still be good. All right. They say medium-high heat. I have it just right. Just go with my guts. Okay, once that's about 3 minutes. Until heated through. Yeah, it's browning a little bit. Yeah. Transfer to the plate. That's good. That's good. We're going to take it out. The meat's slightly overcooked from the lemon chicken, so I don't need to cook it anymore. Yeah, let's go ahead and take it out. Now here's where I could use the mushroom water. I don't want to add any more oil because it's got plenty of oil. So if like the vegetables start sticking to the pan, I can throw in some mushroom water. That's what I often do with Asian stir fries. It gives it such a nice flavor. Yeah. Put that up. It smells good. That garlic infused oil I think is going to look good. All right. Now I throw in the bell pepper, green onion, and broccoli and saute for 4 minutes. It says if your skillet is looking dry after cooking your chicken, add more olive oil. Nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to throw in, I already told you what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw in that mushroom water. The green onions are frozen at about the equivalent of 3 green onions. So I'll just go ahead and get this bag out of the freezer. Where is it? Can I do that? Well, I know I had them. Oh, that's funny. Oh, please don't tell me I've misplaced them. This isn't going to be any good without my green onions. Oh, they somehow would have ended up in the back of the freezer. Oh, I know why. Because I pulled out all those frozen vegetable bags. About the equivalent of 3 green onions. So, 1, 2. That's good. Yeah, that'll work. All right. Yep. Here's where that mushroom water's coming in handy. Yeah, that's working. I got enough oil in this. I don't want to get too fat, you know. This is working beautiful. I knew I'd be able to use that mushroom water. Perfect. You know, I'm finding, actually I think the recipe called for onions, but I'm finding substituting with green onions for onions is actually turning out to be quite delicious. I'm doing this kind of like low FODMAP, and I don't think I need to go to that extreme anymore, but green onions are adding a very nice flavor to you know what, I think I could use a little bit more green onions in that, because they really shrink, you know. Throw in some more. Because I think for this recipe I modified and substituted yeah, that'll work. Make sure we can taste the onions. All right. Usually for Asian dishes, they throw in green onions at the end. So, but that's okay. This will work. All right, let's see. 4 minutes. I did about 4 minutes. Go ahead and add in the cabbage, rice pasta, carrots, and mushrooms. Cabbage. Carrots. Mushrooms. Rice pasta. There we go. Okay. Do we add all that in there? Season with a little salt and pepper and toss until the veggie pasta mixture is evenly combined. Saute the cabbage until it's slightly wilted, about 3 minutes. About 3 minutes. Okie dokie. I'll say one thing, it's very colorful. I will let you know how this tastes. Oh, some salt and pepper, I believe. That makes sense. A little salt and pepper. Yeah. There we go. I actually need to put more salt in this thing. That's good. All right. Throw in more mushroom water. There we go. See, I told you that I'd be using it. I always do this. I cheat a little. The recipe doesn't say to do that, but I don't like adding more oil. I think it's got enough oil. So I throw in the mushroom water instead. It helps kind of swish everything around. Now, this would obviously be better if I had fresh carrots, but I got to do what I'm towards the end of my grocery shopping time. I mean, I ran out of food, so looks like it'll be acceptable. About 4 minutes. If worse comes to worse and it's undersalted, you can always add more salt. If it's oversalted, you're pretty much ruined, you know. And I have most of the recipes that I've ruined, I followed the recipe too slavishly and you used way too much salt. And it just didn't taste good. I don't like that. So, yeah. And Asian, Japanese style recipes can do that sometimes. I guess the Japanese tolerate the salt better than I do, even though I'm half. My mom is Japanese. Okay, looks like we are pretty good right here. Okay, that's pretty good. Alrighty. Add chicken back into the dish, a tad of sesame oil. And whisk the sauce once more. And add the sauce. Should have known I need to add the sauce. Yeah, add the sauce. What was I thinking? Add the sauce. Okay. I was supposed to do that at the beginning. I don't think it's ruined anything, but it'll still be good. All right. Oh. I have a feeling it's going to have just the right amount of salt. go ahead and throw in the chicken. Add the chicken back into the dish. I'm a lefty, so. And a tad of sesame oil. Yummy. I think we are just about done here. I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat off. And add a tad of sesame oil. Yeah, I noticed sesame oil, that's often added at the end in a lot of Asian dishes. The Japanese do this a lot too. It gives it a nice flavor. There we go. And Japanese and Asians don't like to cook the sesame oil too much. They like to leave it kind of raw. So that I already turned the heat off. And we are done. And I'm going to taste this and let you know how it is. So I tried a new recipe today because I needed to use my cabbage and I wanted to make it more low FODMAP and more high iron content. So we shall see. Oh, let me give you a close-up. There is what it looks like. Yum, yum. It looks good. Let's see if it tastes as good as it looks. Okay, let's try it. It looks good. You know what? I think it needs a little salt. Not bad though. Missing something. Let me try a little salt and see if that makes a difference. Did I make it better by using the mushroom sauce? Let's see. When you add salt, it's good. It just needs a little salt. It's good. I like it. Yep. All you need to do is add salt. It's delicious. Very good. But the good news is if it's undersalted, you can always add more salt. If it's oversalted, there's not much you can do. Good. I'll put it on the table for my men. They'll enjoy this. It's good. I will post this at my website. Amen.